The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What is going on, guys? Eric Sablon here from Unlock the Magnetic Lead Machines, and the wait is over. The wait is over. We are actually going to do this interview right now. The chat was blowing up, guys. So do me a favor, hashtag live if you're coming in here live, hashtag replay if you're coming in on the replay. But we've had some amazing things that we are going to talk about today. Some phenomenal things. Those questions that everybody wants to ask but are scared to ask. Well, we're going to ask those today, which is super cool. Also, we've got students coming in from everywhere. We got students from Australia, the Philippines. We had some students from New Zealand. We have different everywhere. South Africa. So do me a favor, not only hashtag live if you're coming in live or hashtag replay if this is the replay, hashtag where you're coming in from. Eric Sablon, Anchorage, Alaska. I'm not going to be typing right now because I'm going to be asking questions. We got Fabian Brown here from New Jersey.
And not the New Jersey, not the smelly New Jersey, like the
smelly New Jersey.
The south.
So the softer side of New Jersey. It's not where the Nets play.
No. It's right next to Philadelphia, all right?
Right next to Philadelphia.
We'll just say Philly.
All right, so we got a ton of people jumping on. Hey, do me a favor. This is something we don't normally ask, but don't tell me what company you're in, but hashtag what industry you're in, because we want to be able to hyper help you guys and kind of touch on some things that those questions that you're looking for. So without any further ado, I'm going to welcome the face of the masterclass, the guy that runs everything, the guy that is literally the front. We have 69 videos in this course, and he is on probably 68 of them, because I know I did one by myself. So guys, please welcome to the show, Mr. Coach Fabian Brown to the show. What's going on, Fabian?
You're hilarious, dude. Thank you for the nice, warm introduction as always. Thank you all, you good people, from calling in wherever you're from. Make sure you're dropping where you're from in the chat. Eric, I'm excited, man. We last month we've helped over 43 people inside of this community get started and start making their way towards getting a better business, an automated business, an online business where they can become the upline. 43 people's lives that we have impacted. I'm on a mission to double that this month, right? So that's what this is all about today, is to help more people get to the position that they want to get to. So I'm excited, dude.
Well, that's actually a huge one. So if you're in it to double it, I'm in it to double it also. So just so you know, Fabian's here. We got a good vision. We got a lot of people that we want to help. We help 43. Just imagine if you're one of those 86 for next month.
Yep.
Imagine if you're one of those people, because we want to make that change in your business and in your life and in your family. So I'm actually going to jump right in. We've got some amazing questions.
Yep.
These actually came from some of the coaching that we're doing, and we just dropped a pretty penny on some new coaching. So we are truly 5-figure spenders in coaching. So I'm glad to say that. I say that not to brag or not to boast, but I say that too. If you're always learning, it's a big deal. And I want to share something, because I was actually watching. I listen to Darren Daily every single morning, so I'm a part of the Darren Daily people. And anyone that likes Darren Daly or listens to Darren Daly, hashtag DD in the
Double D.
comments. DD for Darren Daly. So I was listening to him the other day, and he literally said this. And I don't know where I just like the quote. And I just want everybody to listen. Pride precedeth destruction, and an arrogant spirit appears before a fall.
Mm.
And I want that to sink in, because the thing about what we're doing when we invested in coaching is we understand that in order for us to get better, we need to continue learning. We need to continue sharpening the saw. Iron sharpens iron. We just need to continue doing that. And that's what we're doing. So we're investing that into ourselves to disseminate out to all of you guys. So that's just where I'm coming from. And that's just the heart of gold that we have. So I'm going to get right into the interview. Okay. So Fabian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And let me cue up some. Fabian had some other great ideas, like always. Now I can just read this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
So first question, we got 10 questions. What do you think professional network marketing leaders' biggest struggle when it comes to keeping their downlines producing and enrolled in the company?
Wow. What do I think a leader's biggest struggle is? It's definitely the turnover, man. You know, I don't know if someone can relate out there, but I know when, when I'm building my network marketing company, here's what happens, right? You get a good prospect, you get someone into the system, right? And they hit these milestones and they start off really, really good. And then, they go through their warm market and they have some home parties. Remember those things? Remember home parties, right? And then maybe at first they have like 10, 15, 20 people at their home party. And then they have the next one and it's a little bit less and a little bit less and a little bit less. And before you know it, you show up to their home and it's like 2 or 3 or 1 person or nobody or no shows at the party, right? I think the biggest problem that network marketer leaders have when keeping their people active is being able to teach them effective strategies on how to build their business after they've talked to their warm market. Listen, there's nothing wrong, Eric, with talking to your old college buddies about your network marketing opportunity, or your girlfriends, or, the fellas at work or whatever have you, old high school friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But that is not a way, bro, to build a sustainable business in the 21st century, because what's going to happen is it's going to lead to frustration. And if network marketing leaders haven't figured out a way to help their distributors, help their downline, if they haven't figured a way to help them recruit and enroll people into their vision and the possibilities, they're going to be having a hard time. They're going to be having a hard time. So I think, to wrap that up, the biggest struggle when it comes to keeping their downline producing and enrolled is proper education and training for their downline to recruit new people into their business.
And when we say recruit new people, so I always, I run a podcast called Burnt Phone Marketing, and I always tell people that this is if you've been in the industry for a day or a year, or you've been in the industry for many years, your phone is, as we call it, burnt, because you've been through the warm market. You've been through your phone. You can't pick up your phone and say you didn't go through every one of these people and talk to them. So without a strategy, like what he said, without a strategy to create leads, you're going to run into some big issues with people sticking around. So next question, that was a phenomenal answer. Next question, and this might tug at some people's, tug at them, because that's what we want to do. We want to be able to tug at you a little. So how do you think that struggle shows up for MLM leaders at their work, finance, and relationships?
That's a really good question. In fact, people who are watching this live, I want you to answer that question in the chat too. I want to hear what you guys think as feedback. But for me, how do I think that struggle shows up in the MLM's leaders in their work, in their finance and relationships? Well, in their work, man, that can lead to heavy duty frustration and overwhelm. Always trying to think and always trying to figure out where your next recruit's going to come from. Because look, if you're a leader in network marketing and you're doing this full time, you got to have chops, man, because what happens is the frustration will come into your workplace as you're building your downline. And some people may not have the mental fortitude. Some people may go off and get a part-time job or start doing this or start doing that to kind of fill in some resources. So I think how it shows up, the frustration shows up in the work, is they may be scattered. They may not be focused and keeping their eye on the prize, right? Because essentially what uplines are doing is their income is attached to other people's work ethic. And if those other people aren't delivering the goods with their work ethic, it's going to lead to a lot of frustration. Finances, I just nailed it, right? If I'm leaving my money and my income to my downline, and I'm not constantly in what's called phase one, and you go into that phase two where you're in manager mode and trying to, encourage and motivate your downline, and you're not in the trenches doing the work, your money's going to flounder. You really can't. It's a difficult road to be in phase one and phase two at the same time. That's going to lead to burnout, bro. That's going to lead to burnout. Okay. And relationships, man, like, listen, I know when I was grinding my face off and the money wasn't commensurate to the grind, I know that my wife was not happy. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of frustrations in my household. I know my kids were looking at me like, dude, you're always on the computer, or you're always on the phone, or you're always not home. It can really affect. I mean, look, we get into network marketing to have this amazing experience of residual income and, this laptop lifestyle and all these crazy things that people talk about. But here's the truth, bro. Here's the truth. It's a business, and no business is easy. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes systems, it takes plans, it takes marketing strategies, it takes sales strategies. It takes a lot of things to make a business operational. And a lot of network marketers, a lot of people get recruited with this fantasy. It's fantasy, bro. Like, I think people need to put the fantasy stuff away and just be transparent. Like, this is going to be the hardest thing that you've ever done in your life. Buckle up, get ready to learn some new skills. I'll hold you accountable, right? But you got to put the work ethic. So to sum it up, how does it show up? It's nothing good. It's a frustration in work, finances, and your relationships. It's a tough thing to overcome, to be quite honest with you. Hopefully that answers that question.
That did. And you kind of touched on, I'm going to go to question 3. You kind of touched on a little bit of, have you experienced a struggle like this in the past? And what was that experience when you went through it? I mean, literally, you kind of talked about it when the money wasn't matching the income, but the money wasn't matching the time. But
dude, I remember going, like, I don't know about you guys, going like to the international events, like the once a quarter event that your company has. I remember like scrounging my money up to get a plane ticket, to afford the hotels, having 6, 7, 8 people in one hotel room just because you couldn't afford to get a hotel by yourself, right? Freaking eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all weekend because you couldn't afford to hang out with people and eat. Like, I've been there, bro. It's not cool. It's not cool. And then you're doing that and you're spending money to go to these events that you don't have in the first place when your family's looking like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, I just need this one event. I just need to get this. I just need to get that one piece of information I need to explode my business. Well, here's the reality, man. Like, you are in this vicious cycle that is continuing and perpetuating over and over and over again. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and thinking that you're going to get a different result. And for me, yes, I've experienced that. And it's freaking not good at all, dude. It's not a good feeling. And I'm a people pleaser, right? So when I can't help my people get the results that they're looking for, it can be depressing, man. There's a lot of things that go on mentally upstairs when you're trying to be the big fish, the leader in front of the room, but at the end of the day, your pocket is not lining up with that, right? So, yeah, I've experienced it. Yeah, the struggle is not real. And if you can relate, put a 1 in the chat if you can relate to what I'm talking about. Like, if what I just said made any sense with you, just put a number 1 in the chat, because I want to see if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I mean?
There's 16 people on live, and there better be 16 ones, because I'll tell you right now. I mean, I wasn't eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I was looking at the right side of the menu before I ordered something at the restaurant. Yep. So I wasn't looking at the left side of the menu, really what I wanted. I was looking at the right side to figure out if I just going to do apps and a water. So just know that happens, and they always say that it's the next event that changes everything, and it may be, but I tell you what, if you grind and get down and start to do the work and start to get some better skills and sharpen your saw, I'm telling you, you're going to be the one on the stage, not worried about the, picking up the bill at the end of the night when you can't really do it. So
it's not a fun place. I do see a lot of 1s in here, Eric. I mean, at least you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. Someone says almond butter and rice cakes. Been there, done that too. You know, you're in a really bad spot when you're in the room with like 6 or 7 dudes and you got to share like 4 towels. Like that's not cool at all. Okay. I didn't stay in that zone for too long, but that's definitely not cool. Or getting the crappiest hotel just because it was cheap. I can go on and on and on, bro. Go to the next question.
Next question. All right, here. So what would you say the biggest mistake you see other network marketing leaders are making when it comes to this area?
Man. So when it comes to trying to retain your downline and not have them ghost you, when it comes to like building a healthy organization, I would say one of the biggest mistakes that I see leaders doing is not adapting to the times. Bro, we are in 2020. We are in the 21st century. And you know what? I know why network marketing training hasn't evolved, right? I know that it's next to impossible listen, an MLM, their responsibility is to brand the MLM and to brand the products or services that the MLM is selling, right? They don't have interest or the bandwidth or the care to teach all their distributors on how to really brand themselves. They leave that up to the distributors. They make it very cookie cutter because when they come into the situation, they need people that are 18 years old to 88 years old to be able to follow a system. They need to follow a framework. However, that system, that framework, it may be decent for a warm market, but when it comes to cold prospecting, it's like, dude, they shouldn't even call it network marketing. They should call it network sales because all really what it's doing is they're teaching you how to be a sales force for their product or the service. And there's nothing wrong with sales. Sales is a beautiful thing if you're good at it. But here's the thing. Again, people get deceived. So to answer the question, what would I say the biggest mistake that network marketers, leaders are making? They're not adapting with the times. We are in 2020. The freaking internet is here and it's not going anywhere. The training that they're giving needs to be modified. It needs to meet the 21st century. And that's just my opinion. Another thing that I'll say about the biggest mistakes that network marketer leaders are, they have too much pride. And here's what I mean, bro. Like, you have to put your humble hat on and you have to identify in business when something is not working. You're going to have to freaking pivot or your business is going to collapse. And I don't understand why top network marketing leaders who have thousands of distributors, I guess here's the problem, right? The guy at the top, right? The guy at the top, their downline is their lead generation system for their business.
100%.
Okay. So as long as they are, monopolizing their downline, hey, just talk to all your friends and family. That's their lead generation plan for years. And look, it worked. But I'm here to tell you there is such a better way. So hopefully that answers that question, Eric.
It does work. I mean, it did work for a long, long time. And how many of you guys have been in that situation where it's like, so I always ask people this. Two of my biggest fears: another network marketing funeral, and the death and destruction that leads to the network that they talk about. Have you ever heard the saying that one person on a good experience will tell one person on a bad experience will tell 10?
Yeah.
The network market funeral exponentially blows up in your network. I talked to Joe about that. Yeah, he pitched me on that deal. Yeah, are you going to do it? No, man, I said I'm not going to do that. Okay, good, because I wasn't going to do it either. Right? Just remember that.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next question. Dude, you're killing it, bro. You're killing it. So question 5, what would you say the network marketing leaders are avoiding or ignoring when they have this type of problem?
What would you say the MLM leaders are avoiding or ignoring? I think they're being irresponsible. And this is not to everyone. And please don't get me wrong. If my upline is on this call right now, please don't get me wrong, right? I'm not talking about you. Just kidding. Here's what I would say, man. Where they're avoiding growth. They're avoiding the responsibility that they have signed up for when they became a business owner to exhaust all the possibilities to grow a sustainable business for them, for their family, and for the people that they're bringing into the community, into their community. And listen, I'm fortunate, man. I have a great upline. My upline's upline is great. Like, I was brought up in a great situation, okay? But as I played this game for longer and longer, and as I ranked advanced, I noticed things were changing. Okay, my upline did too. And he put me onto some things early on that got me down this rabbit hole of online marketing. So I'm grateful, but not a lot of people have that situation for themselves, right? So I think what they're ignoring is the resources are the tools and the tools that are readily available for people to win. And I don't want to hear the phony baloney that it's not duplicatable, because we have a system that is completely duplicatable and is changing people's lives every single day. So I think they're ignoring and avoiding the possibility of bringing their business to the 21st century. It's not that hard. They just need systems and frameworks in place to be able to do it, and to do it effectively, and to do it in a manner that it's going to be so duplicatable for the most beginner and the most novice network marketer, for someone brand new, and a system that's badass for people who've been around the block a couple of times. And you know who I'm talking about, the people who you know exactly who you are. So that's what I would say that they're avoiding.
I just want to put a topper on that, because they always say this. I've heard this so many times in network marketing, at network marketing events. What brought you here, the position that you're at, is not going to put you, the same people that brought you here is not going to put you in the position you want to be. But they never say the same strategy that got you here is going to get you to the next person. They're just like, find another ace, and that ace will lead you to a bunch of jacks and tens, and then they'll find another ace. So
every industry evolves, every single one. Network marketing is always the last one to the party. They're always a late guy, dude. It's time for an evolution.
Yes.
You guys need to evolve your business. And you don't have to have permission. You don't have to wait for your upline to give you permission to evolve. Your independent business owner, you. Oh, but my upline's going to hate me if I try to do something different. Dude, it's your business.
He's going to love you when you start recruiting people into his business.
I'll tell you what. All
right, next question. Do you think that there's usually a deeper cause to this problem? Now, you kind of dove deep into it, and I think, I don't want to answer it for you, but I do think a lot of it is not being humble enough to be able to be teachable enough to accept something new. Like, you can't, teaching an old dog new tricks is the saying that comes up to me is like, well, this worked this way in 1990, so it should work now.
It's programming, Eric. The answer to this question, in my opinion, do you think there's a deeper root cause to the problem? Yeah. Network marketing leaders are programmed. You've heard the story. My friends came over, my family came over for Thanksgiving dinner, and they had the ham, and they cut the end of the ham off and they put it in the pan. And then the kid goes, well, why did you do that, Mom? Like, I don't know. My mom always used to do that. So they called my mom up and like, hey, Mom, we're over here at Thanksgiving dinner. Why did you always cut the end of the ham off, right? And the mom goes, well, I don't know, because that's what Grandma always used to do, right? Then you call Grandma, hey, Grandma, why did you cut the ham off? Oh, because the pan was too small, so I had to cut the ham off to make the ham fit in the pan. It's like there's this perpetual monkey see, monkey do in network marketing. And look, I'm not knocking it because it worked. It served me, and it's dialed in. And there's certain type of people that are really good at prospecting. You have to have a certain personality, and there's some people that are not. The deep cause, again, it's pride. The deep cause is like monkey see, monkey do. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, it's all those cliche lines. But like I said, my encouragement is to look at every industry that's evolved. Do you know why there's not as many cashiers being hired at the supermarket? Because they have those electronic things that you can just check out yourself, right? It's evolving, and automation and technology are a big part of the evolution and why things are changing. That should be a major hint to everyone watching this call.
Definitely. Next question, question 7. What do you think some of the common goals and dreams are for these types of network marketing leaders? And, don't say residual income.
No, gosh.
Okay, good.
Here's the real goals and dreams. They want to literally have a team that is sustainable and that doesn't always turn over every 30, 60, or 90 days. They want true duplication. They want an actual business. They want an actual business that they don't have to present and be the man all the time. They want other leaders in their business and organizations. And You know what COVID-19 has taught me and was taught like hundreds and thousands of network marketers literally all over the globe? If you don't have this online thing figured out, you're going to be left behind in the dust. You're going to see network marketing companies fold. You're going to see network marketing companies being bought out by Amazon. You're going to see a lot of people running away from the network marketing industry because they haven't figured it out. They're scrambling right now. There's a lot of people inside this Facebook group, bro, that are scrambling, trying to figure it out. What blows my mind is if you go to the units tab, it literally gives you the blueprint on what to do to prime your pump. I was saying this to somebody today. This Facebook group is like getting your high school education in network marketing. Okay, but I want everyone to know that's watching this call, you can stick with the high school level if that's what you came here for. But if you want your college degree, or if you want your master's degree, or if you want your PhD, you should probably reach out to me, Eric, or David, and ask questions on how you can level up your education to make this happen for you. Because all we want as a leader, bro, is we want duplication. We really, when you say don't say residual income, we want time and money together. That's what I signed up for network marketing for. Because I did see the residuals, and the cons being in the music industry, I understand how getting compensated like that works. It's the most beautiful thing in the whole entire world, right? So that's what we get into network marketing. That is still true, but yeah, I'll just say it with there, man. That's the common goal. A leader in the network marketing company wants true duplication. They want to foster and develop and nurture other leaders in their company, so they're not the only one picking up all the weight. They want a team of people doing all the same things that they're doing. They want results, Eric. They want results.
That's totally true, because you'll see it if someone finds a really good person on their team. Like you said, they got 30, 60, 90 days. But if they actually stick around, or they know the ropes, they can kind of do it, you'll see how quickly that leader jumps on and just takes them underneath their wing. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for 10, 15, 20, 30, 100, 1,000 people that look just like them, that have the work ethic, that have the vision, that have the dream, that can talk.
Communication is key. Don't go to the next question. I'm going to do a quick check-in before we wrap up, guys. We only have how many more questions left do we have, Eric? You said
3 more.
3 more. Listen, I want to just say hi to my good friends here on the line. Geez, there's a lot of Kathy, Eileen, Ted, Sarah, Susie, the other Kathy, Kiwi Kathy, Lisa, Ben. Geez, man. There's a lot of people who are not signing in here, so I'm not sure who these people are. David Breelove, the CEO of this crazy thing. Lisa, welcome, guys. I just want to say thanks for hanging on here, and I think these next few questions we're going to wrap up. I think you've been doing good so far, Eric. So let's see what you got coming up next.
All right. Well, here we go. We're going to dive deep really quick.
Marlo's in the house.
If someone created a solution that solved this problem or these problems that we talked about, how do you think MLM leaders would want to be? How do you think they'd want it to be structured and delivered?
Well, there are solutions to these problems. That's the good news. Okay. Listen, and there's other Facebook groups and there's other leaders and coaches that can show you that, right? I'm here to let you know that we are not the only ones that are applying and working these strategies. And we know that we will attract certain people and we would, repel others, right? But here's the good news. As far as, how would leaders want it to be structured and delivered? I think they want it to be concise. I think they want it to be simple. I think they want it to be duplicatable. I think they want it to be sequential, meaning do this step first, do this step second, do this, and don't go out of sequence, right? Us leaders, dude, we're looking for systems. We're looking for blueprints. We're looking for foundational information, information that can help people identify, is there a leaky mindset? We're looking for skills, right? We're looking for actual marketing skills, like real marketing skills. Okay. We're actually looking for sales skills, like real sales skills. We're looking for literally communication skills, like what to say, what not to say, not just verbal communication, but I'm talking about this kind of communication, because you understand that talking and belly to belly is way different than trying to build rapport on the internet. So they're looking for skills, bro. They're looking not only for skills, Eric, I got to say, because skills are free. Anyone right now can go to YouTube and do a key search and find whatever skills that they want to find, right? Skills are worth 10 cents. What people really want what leaders really want, and at least the leaders that I've always worked with, they want accountability and mentorship. They want someone to help them walk step by step, help them know what the plan is, and not just mentor them and tell them what to do, but they want people to teach them how to think. That's what leaders want. They want a coach, they want a mentor on teaching them on how to think differently. And then how to teach their team how to think like a real business owner, not like a network marketer. Like I'm talking about a real business owner that makes 6, 7, 8 figures, like a real business owner, a real company. That's what I think MLM leaders are looking for. They want to structure and deliver it concisely, simple, a step-by-step framework that's completely duplicatable, and something they can do it in a condensed time frame. Network marketers, they don't have all the time in the world. They probably need a program that's around 90 days, around 2 months. You know, people. There's something magical with a quarter, right? You know, like, you know, first quarter, second quarter. There's something magical with 3 months. You can accomplish a lot when you're dialed in and focused, and you have a blueprint and you have a freaking plan, bro. That's what they want. They want a blueprint. They want a plan. They want it to be concise, digestible. They want it to have results within 60 to 90 days. That's what leaders want.
100%. They also want it to be duplicatable and consumable.
That's
so
right.
They can take it. They want it to be duplicatable, consumable, so they can take it to the masses also.
Some people want it to be done for them as well. Like some leaders just want to just press play, dude. Where is the button that I just press play? And look, there's a lot of value in that. Okay. That's why people, pick up the phone, holler at your boy.
All right. Question nine. Well, you kind of went over a couple of these. What would be their must-haves when it comes to a program like that? Like something like that. What would be like the must-haves? And you kind of talked about results, 90 days, a time frame, like a run. But what would be like a must-have, like 2 or 3 must-haves that they need in that program?
Well, let's think about it. An MLM leader right now is on the go. They're hustling and bustling, right? So it needs to be the connectivity to this information needs to be instantaneous, right? They need to be able to have it on their phone, on their iPad, on their computer, right? Sorry, I have a werewolf in my house. Stella, my werewolf dog. The whole 35 pound of her. They want it to be accessible. I know that for a fact, right? Because we're on the go. We're really, really busy. They need something they can just pull out of their pocket and boom, right? They want it to be simplified because nobody's got time for that, bro. No one's got time for anything, right? So when people are watching training, these hour-long trainings, these hour-and-a-half-long webinars, like no one has time for that. They need condensed time frames, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Okay, give me the information, trim the fat, make it super duper lean so I can understand. And they need an execution plan. There's nothing worse than getting a program that tells you what to do, but doesn't give you the framework and the steps on how to execute it. They need an action plan, bro. And those are the must-haves. It has to have an action plan that's boom, ready to freaking go. It has to be accessible, like on the go, wherever they're at in the world. Those are the must-haves for me.
I agree. I agree that it has to have an action plan because skills, like you said, you can get on the internet. But I always say in all of our trainings, like if everyone knew the skills, everybody knew that we'd all be skinny, rich, and happy. I mean, think about it. Everyone knows how to do that. Everyone knows how to go to the gym. Everyone knows how to do this. That's why the number one search thing on YouTube is how to enter in the next thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you want your YouTube video to go crazy, start off with how to. I guarantee you.
This came to my mind. You know what they want? The must-haves? A mentor. A coach, because just like you said, bro, you can go to YouTube and get the skills, right? But people, when I was learning how to play the saxophone, dude, not in the early days when I was a kid, but as I progressed, like in the high school level, I sought out the best saxophonists that I was able to reach and afford. You know why? Because they stretched me. They didn't let me slip on my bullshit, right? You didn't practice, bro. I guess you really don't want this, right? And every time I wanted to get to the next level, dude, my teacher was like, you know what? We're done. Our time is done here. You need to go to the next one. The next leader that's going to take you to the next phase in your life, right? So in music, I always found coaching and mentorship to be a common sense thing. And in business, I also always found mentorship and coaching to be a common thing. But in network marketing, you're leaving it up to, the person in your upline. And, hopefully, you know what you need to do? You need to ask your upline who's coaching them.
Right. 100% on that one.
If they're not getting coaching, I wouldn't follow anyone that's not getting coached. Everyone, look, you have to you have to be the teacher and you have to be taught. I'll just say it like that. Sorry, I'm going crazy, Eric.
No, that's 100%. And I would, like, your next conversation with your upline when they're talking about what your numbers are, I would just slip in there. Hey, I was wondering, who's your coach? Who's your mentor? And a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, Joe, the upline leader." It's like, how often do you talk to that guy? And does he talk to you because his check relies on it? I just want you guys to think about that. Like, a lot of times your network marketing leaders, the reason why they reach down to their people that are actually working is because their check relies on it. How many of you guys slipped 1 month in your network marketing company and all of a sudden 3 upline leaders reach down to you? How many times? You want to know why? It's right around commission time. They found a hole. They found a leaky bucket. They were like, why? What's going on with Eric? I mean, he was crushing it last month and now he's not. Did he leave? Is he gone? It's like, dude, you waited too long. He's gone. Like, he left and he took half his team with him.
That's a real thing, bro. That's a real thing. I'm not sure if you guys have been this part in your business or not, but when you have a leader in your organization get up, take their team and go to another camp, it is not fun. I literally watched it in my company happen a couple of times. They literally changed the compensation plan because one of the top leaders, like the top of the food chain, you know what I mean, took her entire team to another company. Like, and the result of that was an influx of cash because they broke some kind of agreement, essentially they were in another network marketing company, and this company, you can't be in 2 network marketing companies. And because of that, they forfeited all of their residuals. And I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in residuals, right? And they dumped that right back into the compensation plan. Good for everyone else, not good for that person. So there's a quick story for you, Eric.
And then one thing on that one, guys, if somebody leaves your team, don't burn the bridge. I'll tell you this right now. You may or may not have to walk across that bridge one more time. So don't burn that bridge. I mean, you guys are business owners. They make business decisions. And it wasn't a personal decision. It was a business decision. You're in business. Everyone's like, I'm in business. And then when something like that happens, it gets all personal. Like, why did you leave me? And blah, 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 blah. It was a business decision. So I just want to touch on that because I see a lot of that happen a lot of times where just because they're not walking the same path you are walking, all of a sudden you guys are totally not in the same. I always tell people this, just because we're not walking in the same direction doesn't mean we don't have the same vision.
Ooh, that's good, bro. That's good.
Last question.
Here we go.
What do you think what do you think MLM leaders don't want or are tired of when it comes to program or coaching?
Oh my goodness. Here's what they don't want. Something they already know. There's a lot of, I'll just call it gurus. I like it when David says we're like the anti-guru. Don't ever call me a guru. Don't ever call Eric or David a guru. That's just freaking weird, okay? We're just normal people who have taken the opportunity to learn some skills and execute those skills, try it out, see what worked, see what didn't work, and then teach some other people. And then we fell into coaching other people. Like initially I got into this to train my downline, right? I wanted this information to train my downline. And then here's what I know. When I started talking to people about it, some people weren't interested in being in my downline, but they still wanted the information that I knew. So all we did was position ourselves to be able to give this information to our downline. Here, you're in my downline. You get this information for free because you're in my downline and you need to be doing a duplicatable system. And here it is, right? But the people who don't have interest in being in my downline, well, then that's when you have the opportunity to, acquire the information, if you're interested in making a commitment level. It's as simple as that. To answer this question, What network marketing leaders don't want is a regurgitated program that tells you to do the things that they already know. There's a lot of gurus out there, bro, that are teaching strategies that they are not actually doing. And here's what I mean. They have the dog and pony show, they have the money, they have the Facebook ads, they have the lights, camera, action. You know what I mean? They have the, the what is it? The veneer. They have they have the look, right? They got the shiny car, they got the Bentleys and the mansions. Okay. And what they're doing is they're saying, hey, network marketer, I have the 3 secrets that will help you build your downline today in 30 days, right? And you buy their program, and it's literally the same crap that you heard from your upline, packaged in a little pretty bow. And look, I'm not going to name a guru, but has anyone ever taken a program before and felt that way? That's like, this is really not helpful. Or, okay, cool, this is a cool social media trick that I could have Googled on YouTube. Like, that's the thing. Network marketers, look, dude, we're in 2020. People are too smart. They smell BS a mile away. What network marketers want is someone who's authentic, who's transparent, who they can trust and respect. What network marketer leaders want, they want to partner and join with someone that's traveled a road that they have yet to travel. They want security. Network marketers are scared. Even the leaders, guys, even the leaders have fear, because right now COVID-19 has jacked a lot of people mentally. Think about how many people quit that leader's team because they couldn't survive in figuring out how to build a business without having a home party or without having a hotel event, right? Or you guys are now Zoom masters. You know how many people are getting bombarded with, hey, man, check out my opportunity, go to Zoom. Like, oh, my goodness. Network marketing leaders, what they're tired of is the same old stuff, bro. The same old stuff. They want transparency. They want authenticity. They want real. They want the real deal. It doesn't have to be suits and ties anymore, guys. It never had to be, right? That's just a stereotype. Here's a new stereotype that you can implant in your brain. You can do it. Every single one of you in this group, all 800 plus of you guys, like, here's what I'm going to say. 4.5 months ago, none of you knew me. None of you knew Eric. None of you knew David. You just didn't know us. But what we decided to do was we decided to actually raise ourselves up, okay, to take some information and knowledge and become an authority in this space. And here's the great news. Every single one of you can do the same exact thing. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes a lot of work and energy. And if you don't know how to do it, then you really need to find someone to invest in, to coach you and mentor you to be able to learn how to do it. That's what we did. That's what we all started free too, guys. You should see my YouTube playlist. I got some great stuff on that YouTube playlist, right? But it was for a very good friend, my downline, actually, Arthur Carr. He may be watching, maybe not, but he introduced me to this program, $100. It was my first investment in doing anything in my education as a online network marketer. It blew me away, and that took me down the rabbit hole. And then I couldn't keep my credit card in my freaking pocket. I paid for everything because the value that I got at $100 was so good. I'm like, well, this is good. What would $200 do? What would $400? What would $800 do? What would $1,600 do? What? And dude, I was buying programs. You would be, Fabian, bro, you got an addiction problem on programs. But it led me to David Breedlove. It led me to the gentleman who taught me how to do all of this craziness and simplify it. It led me to Eric. I don't know how to do this. It led me to Eric Sablon, okay, who runs a super successful podcast that you guys should definitely check out, Burnt Form Marketing. Okay, it's on iTunes and Spotify and wherever pods are casted. Okay, it introduced me to just last month 43 beautiful new people into our program. It introduced me to hundreds of other network marketers that we help on a daily basis and coach and mentor. So for me, the best decision I've ever made in my life was investing in programs that actually moved the needle. Okay, and if you need help to deciphering whether something is BS or not, find someone who's taken the program and freaking ask them. And make sure there's not a commission attached to your thing, because if it is, they may not give you a truthful answer. Do your diligence. Like, results don't lie. Ask them about their results. Eric, thank you so much, bro. This has been a lot of fun. I'm fired up though right now.
I am super fired up, and I mean, I don't feel like I'm fired up. I'm on the mic right now, but I'm actually going to post this, and I'm gonna post this as a podcast tomorrow.
I love it.
And guess what, guys? You guys were the first to hear it, and that's the things that you guys get out of this group. Not only do we give you free tools, not only we give you free videos, trainings, options to get into like the day pass. We give you a ton of free. Our goal is to give you so much free that when there is an opportunity to pay, it's like, well, I got to. Because if free was like this, I love what Christian said, always sell free. If this was free, then paid's got to be awesome. That's all I got to say. Like the same course that he took, I took 4 times. 4 times I took that course.
The people who pay attention, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it.
Marlo asked, look at Marlo. She said she's amazing. She said, how do we become the upline? Here's a little promo, right? So we have this coaching program, and it's called Become the Upline. And the name should be implied on what it is that it does. But it teaches network marketers how to create their own coaching leadership program for their downline. Okay, Become the Upline teaches you lead generation strategies. It teaches you organic marketing strategies. It teaches you how to communicate effectively. It teaches you, who your ideal audience should be. It teaches you the marketing message that you should speak to that audience. It teaches you how to put together an offer. It teaches you how to get people interested in the thing that you have to do. It teaches you sales skills, but not just sales skills. It teaches you actually how to communicate effectively in Messenger, to be able to communicate with someone, to actually get them to have more conversations with you, to actually have booked appointments with you that will turn into enrollments and sales. Now, the best part about the Become the Upline program, what you're going to find when you learn through this journey, when you're inviting people to see your opportunity, you're going to find some people that are just not recruitable, but that's okay, because the Become the Upline program will also position you on how to get compensated even if the person doesn't join your downline. Like Eric alluded to, like over these last 4 months, but before anybody joined our downline, before anyone joined, we were able to add an additional $34,000 to our bank account without any paid advertising, doing everything that I just shared with you in this program. And that's not a lot of money. It's not to brag or anything like that, but that's just to give you some hope and some inspiration and some encouragement on what's possible if you make the decision to just put one foot in front of the other. Like I'm telling you, we're not the only game in town. There's people who look shinier than me and Eric, for sure. There's people who look shinier than David, right? It's not about the shiny. It's about our intentions of what we really want to do, and we really want to improve people's lives. We want to make impact over your life with your network marketing business, right? So we put this crazy thing together called Become the Upline, and to be quite honest, the people in the program, they're getting massive value. In fact, if you're watching this program right now, and if you're in the comments, right, and if you've been to any of our master classes over the last week, over the last 2 weeks, over the last month, okay, if you've been any of our master classes, put in the chat master class, okay? If you've been or attended to
just put 3.
Okay.
Just put a 3.
Put a 3. Fine. Put a 3. Put the number 3 if you've been to any of our programs before, okay? And if you have not been to any of our master classes before, put the number 0, okay? Because I want to talk to the zeros, because I want to turn a 0 into a hero, and this is how we're going to do it, right? I'm sending you an invitation, okay? This is a pretty serious exclusive invitation, and this is going to be going away because for a long time now, we've been giving free day passes to the masterclass, giving people an opportunity who want to see what the program is all about and to see if it's a good fit for them. We've been giving them an opportunity. We give them a day pass, a guest pass. Hey, just come on in. A VIP guest pass, come on in and have a seat in the class, like audit the class. Just sit in the back of the room, and if you want to ask questions, you can do that. But I got to tell you right now, okay, I'm telling you right now, we are going to be positioning that information, those skills, and that coaching and mentorship. We know it's very valuable. And pretty soon what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting to have an entrance fee, an admission fee for those types of master classes. So before we do that, for the love of everything, if anything that we said throughout this video resonates with you, and if you really feel that it's time for you to become the upline, and you haven't grabbed a day pass, a free day pass to sit down in one of our master classes, dude, now's the time. Put hashtag day pass. If you need to get replay people, hashtag day pass, man. And we will get you set up. We'll get you a seat next to some VIP people. because the person to the left and the person to the right, they're making moves in their business, right? It's a networking opportunity for you too, right? It's not just me talking at you. It's a leadership conversation. We go through group coaching. Everyone gets a chance to say their voice, and we get to pinpoint where their struggles are at, what their problems are at, and we get to undo their struggles and undo their problems. Okay, we teach the foundations. We teach marketing skills, sales skills. We teach you actually how to deliver a product or a service effectively, guys. We teach you also how to scale your business up. I can go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on. But here's my invitation to you. If that's you, and if you haven't sat in one of our classes, just type 0 in the chat below, and we'll make sure that we get you an invitation. If you have sat in one of our classes and you're number 3 in the chat, I see so many 3s in the chat. If that is you, it's kind of like your responsibility to kind of, spread the good word. You know what I mean? You've been inviting people into this group for quite some time right now, but some of you haven't taken the effort to actually invite them to something that can really transform their business and, quite frankly, their lives. My coach says the people that are in my life are my life. And when he first said that to me, that has not I've been saying that line since I heard him say that. The people that are in my life are my life. I want you to be in my life. I want you to be in David's life and me and Eric's life, because you are my life. And the people who are a part of the program, they know that. So if that's something that resonates with you, man, just drop a 0 in the chat, drop a day pass in the chat, and we will make sure that we get you all the right information to, what you need. And no creepy sales pitch, no weirdo stuff, guys. I'm giving you access to an opportunity for you to see the insides of the workings. And look, if it's a good fit and you're curious on making any level of commitment, then you let us know then. That's how simple it is. All right. So, and no creepy webinars or no pitch to join my downline at the end. I promise you. Some of you wouldn't qualify to be in my downline anyway.
All right. Well, so we went for an hour. We went for 50 minutes, which is cool. It looks like everybody got value. Hashtag value if you guys got some value out of this, because it's important. I mean, we like to get the warm and fuzzy, but hashtag value if you got some value out of this, and share this. There's many people out there. There's some people out there that, in fact, I just was on a chat with a lady just a second ago that she posted in a Facebook group that said she hasn't recruited anyone in 2 weeks, or all month. She hasn't recruited anyone in 2 months, and she's just stressed out about not having any leads. And she said she went through her whole warm market, and she said, my warm market is closed to anything that I have to do to help. And I know a lot of you guys have been in that situation, but I'll tell you what, she's going to come to this group. I'm going to share this with her. And she's probably going to be one of the people that she's got drive and vision. So she's one of those people that we really want to work with. So that's all I got to say tonight, guys. I appreciate all the value. So you make us feel good. You make us feel really good. And there's David.
Shout out to David Breedlove, lurking in the corner. You got to
lurking in the corner.
The post he put. David's the man, dude. Love you, bro. You're just freaking hilarious. Like, it's too funny, man. We like to have a good time. I got to say that. We do like to have a lot of fun.
We do. All right, guys. So it's like 6 o'clock Alaska time. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time. So you guys have been on. Thank you. And Kathy, thanks for tuning in all the way across the world. Everybody that's tuned in, we appreciate it. It's amazing to have 17 to 20 people on your live the whole time. I appreciate you guys and your time, your attention, and we look forward to serving you at a deeper level. So any last words from you, Fabian?
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you, bro.
All right. Appreciate it. Talk to you guys later. Are you tired of those lame Facebook groups that provide no value? Well, our Facebook group is awesome. Go to unlockthefbgroup.com and get access to our Facebook group, where you will be able to find interviews of top network marketers and Q&As where you can jump in and talk to them live. We also have massive training. We provide a bunch of free tools. So jump into that group. Again, that's unlockthefbgroup.com. We'll ask you a few questions in mini chat because that's what we do. And make sure that you're not a spammer. And get you into the group right away. So again, go to unlockthefbgroup.com and don't be a spammer.